Hi, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to FSL Female Esport League FSL Circuit Arena of Valor Vietnam. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is day 2. We'll be featuring KCT versus Star Guardians. And on to that, this is going to be the first game for tonight, and it is actually a lower bracket game. And we are actually still waiting for the players to actually be ready in the lobby, and currently I am already in the lobby and still waiting for them to to actually take their time to get into the lobby before we can start onto the new game. And as you probably already knew yesterday, last night I wouldn't be able to actually stream properly, and I'm feeding off a YouTube live streams, and casting onto a YouTube live stream is not really not really a good experience, but I hope I can make up to that because I am actually in the lobby for today. But anyway, we are probably going to start in few minutes more before the players actually get ready for the first game. And anyway, FSL brought to you by Dreamcore as our official PC partner, Aftershock media partner from Yahoo, Overdrive, Elgato, and 23 Media. I can't really read that thing on my backdrop though. Basically, it is actually a studio that handle Vietnamese cars, and we are going to be live. We are going to be on the game in a few. I think in a few minutes more. Anyway, I have seen all the players actually already inside the lobby now, and probably waiting for them to actually get into the game anytime soon. So before that, we're going for an ad break for a few seconds before we actually continue on to the game. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, and this is KCT versus Star Guardians right here with Chupa Chups going to be banned onto the first banning session right here. Chupa Chups probably going to be Liliana ban right there facing Star Guardian. This is, ladies and gentlemen, best of 1 in the lower bracket. Still flashing few heroes there, and that is it. A Yena ban on to Chupa Chups. You probably saw that entity behind me anyway. I'm so sorry. That is actually my colleague right there. I was actually streaming in my in my office. Anyway, on to Star Guardian right there. Nakroth has been locked out from be able to be played onto the game right here, and Chupa Chups is captain banning onto the second ban for KCT. Hayate, we have seen a lot of Hayate's banned, so it's not surprising. Wouldn't be wanting to actually dealing with a true damage possess from Hayate, and it is actually a good idea to ban instead of risking your life against a Hayate. And this is onto that Puang An from Star Guardian. I'm not so sure if they are actually respecting each other, but of course they actually have the time to review each other matches, and probably going to be respecting each other soon. Anyway, this is best of 1, and you got to do what it takes to actually advance onto the other bracket, to another bracket. And moving forward though, you are leaving your opponents. If you win the loser bracket, if you win this bracket, you're advancing onto the next bracket, still in the loser bracket though. But
red team's turn to pick.
The thing is, if you are not going to be if you are not going to be able to win this, it is actually the end for you. So it's either KCT or Star Guardians. which will be advancing onto the next bracket. And I'm seeing Veres right here. Veres has been picked, but Chupa Chup secured Telanas first. Telanas is one of the good marksmen. Still a very much all-rounder marksman. She does deals massive amount of damage. And not to mention all the buff that she has, especially the long range attack. And her passive though, when Telanas were actually in a radius where her friends is around, and that actually helps Telanas, boosting Telanas attack damage. And onto that, Tain has been picked by Leon, and Survivor LVN as well as Huadang here is showing Baldum and Sephara. So Baldum has been picked, so Sephara probably going to be in the mid lane. But that is the usual case for Sephara. Alice?
Red team's turn
Okay.
to pick.
Alice has no spots actually in the mid lane. So definitely going to be a roamer right here. Alice is going to be played as a support. But Baldum probably going to be in
Red team's
the
turn
top lane,
to ban.
in the Dog Slayer lane. And a Lindy's pick is quite fast onto that Lindy's pick, which definitely going to be in the jungle. And this is the third ban. This is the third ban for Star Guardian. Huang An is captain banning for Star Guardian right here. A jungler would be a nice addition onto the ban list, since KCT don't have a jungler yet, and probably I couldn't be so sure, but Krignac
Turn to ban.
Krignac known to be a good counter to Lindy's, but not so actually, because Lindy's movement speed is so good. Whenever Lindy's encounter the bush, she can actually just run away just like that. If you were to actually try to catch Lindy's, playing heroes with a lot of crowd controls, heavy crowd control, would be much more efficient rather than relying
To ban.
on Krignac alone. And that's a Farah bans right there. A Yorn ban? I don't think so. They already have a Telanas, and I don't think banning a Yorn is a good thing. Probably a Ryoma, since they don't have a Dog Slayer lane. But anyway, oh yeah, Baldum is going to be playing in the DS lane. So Natalia, which is KCT lack of mages, and finally Chupa Chups onto that final bans for KCT. Captain banning for KCT, Chupa Chups. Which is actually Darcy.
Red team's turn to pick.
I wouldn't be able to say actually, because Darcy in this current patch right here, in 3.0 patch, it's I don't think it's a good thing to do, since Darcy is not so good playing in the mid lane. So I don't think Star Guardian are actually planning for Darcy. So Liliana comes out, but probably KCT does not want to deal with Darcy. Darcy has a lot of things in his kits that could help elevate KCT. Could help elevate the enemy team though. Illumia finally throughout the league. We haven't seen an Illumia pick right here. So I would be very excited to see an Illumia pick. And on to that running jam, probably going to pick on a Xanis. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, rework Xanis. And I have to mention, since MSP And Indonesia, we still actually in the last patch. And we haven't seen those rework heroes, and this is going to be our first time. And there's Marja. There's a rework portrait as well, or probably a new skins for Marja, which I am not aware of. We have Telenas, that is in Woodland skins, Alice in Explorer skins, Zanis rework, Illumia. And ladies and gentlemen, they are actually done with their picks and banning, and we are going to get into the game right after
10
the
seconds
loading screen,
remaining.
definitely. And I'll see you on the other side.
Welcome to Arena of Valor.
And here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Minions will be deployed in 5 seconds. Prepare to engage.
We are actually in the game for now. KCT versus Star Guardians. Looks like the raid team actually initiated a pause, probably a network technical issues. We will be waiting for them to ready up. Probably one of the team members is still not in the game, and that's what caused the pause. I'm not so sure. I have no clue what's happening onto the Star Guardian teams. It's just 20 seconds into the game and the pause has been initiated. It's hard to play guessing games onto KCT versus Star Guardians while both of the teams actually both of the teams they are pretty much even, to be honest. Both of them packs quite an amount of damage, and both of them have crowd controls just as well. So onto that though, it's nothing we can do. It's nothing that we can actually guess onto what is going to happen. It's a matter of skills. It's a matter of whoever actually is better than the other side. So onto that, we're going to be waiting for them to actually start the game, and I believe we will be going to get into the game in a few minutes time. Past 2 minutes right after the pause has been initiated by Star Guardians. I'm not so sure what is the maximum amount of the pause time for the FSL right here, but they probably have their own marks onto which minutes is the maximum durations to pause. But anyway, the battle is about to resume here in less than 1 second, and here we go. Survivor, LPN, as well as Running Jam right here. Can you actually see the graphic for AOV 3.0? It is so nice. And onto that, LPN actually eyeing for an opportunity to probably trying to invade, but sadly there is no DPS onto the side of Survivor LPN right here. Only him, I'm sorry, all of them are girls. Only her and Alice. Will they be able to actually finish that Mike Golem though? And they did, and LPN playing as a Baldum walk away with a Mike Golem buff, but Puangan just as well actually invaded onto the Mike Golem buff of this side of KCT. And right now Zanis had to work without a Mike Golem buff as well as Lindis. It is a fair trade, to be honest. Come Leon. Trying to set up an ambush, trying to stand by Pinky, so sad. But sadly, Pinky, it does not connect onto Hallen just now. Onto the bottom lane right here, Chupa Chups and Huang Dong. Onto the bottom lane, Weenie. There is a beautiful Marja. Grouping up by KCT right here on the bottom side of the map. And finally Zanis is actually level 4, but Leon is in the bush. Nobody actually realized. First episode, Dragon comes in, Huang Dang being pushed, and the stun comes out right here. Alice pop out that heal, Running Gems come in, he's going to probably dive, he's actually diving, but Running Gem has been slowed by Winnie, and it is not possible for him to actually take down Winnie. Winnie is still alive right here. Chupa Chup is overextending, and they need to back away. First episode, Dragon probably going for Star Guardian right here, as Winnie, Pinky so sad, and Coach Chu. Oh my god, that Absolute Dragon actually resetted because they actually pulled the dragon outside of their radius. But anyway, they come back for it, and the Absolute Dragon finally went down and goes for Star Guardian. A minimal boost of 300 gold onto that dragon alone right here. And Star Guardian is actually leading, although 3 minutes into the game right now, there is no casualties. There is no death has been recorded just yet. Zan is still getting that Sage Golem, though Leon trying to roam around, giving her teammates all the visions they need. Onto the bottom lane here, Chupa Chups is against Marja, and Marja being alone. A single marksman composition, a jungler marksman. To be honest, Leon's come in, a push onto Hang Dong right here, but Running Gem does not giving that will not give up that creep. He wanted to focus on to farming for now, but Kochu, look at those damage coming from Kochu just now onto Alice, and Running Gem pops out his S1 to actually run away. And that jungle creep has been taken away by Kochu, playing as Lendays. What a nice ultimate coming out from Illumia, but Illumia probably going to be in trouble. He flickered away, but it is not enough. Probably Pinky, so sad, is going to try to get her. First blood for Liliana onto Illumia, and that helps them for the Might Golem steals. Zanis is working without a red buff. This tier 1 tower wouldn't be sustaining for so long anymore, and Kochu is going to melt it down just like that, being a Lindis onto almost 5 minutes mark right here. Lindis with a 2000 goal, hundreds away from Avaris. Pong An, it looks like LPN is having a tough time with Pong An playing as a Varus like here. Leon onto that, a wall prison, but sadly nobody is in, but he kills anyway. Pong An is going to be the next victim in the list, but sadly LPN, no follow-ups coming after that wall charges. Kochu is coming in with an ultimate, pops out. LPN needs to go back. Marja pops out ultimate right here. Running Gem as well as Hallen right there, grouping up, trying to set up a team fight, but I think they will be dispersing anytime soon. Running Gems comes in, pops out ultimate right here, slowed Puang An, played as a Varus. But no follow-up can be done right after the ultimate escape used by Varus. Here's Weenie again, going to actually steal that Might Golem, stealing one of KCT resources, and Zanis is not there to actually defend it. But Chupa Chips comes in as well as Hallen. Realize There's no possible team fights to actually start. And ultimate onto Leon, but Winnie is still moving right here. Winnie slow Chupa Chups. He's going to go in. Winnie does have an ultimate, pops out an ultimate, and Chupa Chups went down just like that. Zanis comes in, but a little bit late. Leon pushing them down back into the tower. Leon is doing so good trying to protect her teammate. Onto that Sage Golem, Kocho. They actually steals one by one of KCT's resources. And KCT needs to do something about it. It's 1-2-2. Onto the scholar. Leon comes in again, a push. That tower went down just like that. Kochu is in the front line. Running Gems comes in for Leon, but that is not the target he should be actually focusing on. Leon managed to run away after that. Stunts coming out from Illumia Ultimates. Winnie. A beautiful match, yet so tanky. He's dancing right in front of the team fighting here. Pinky's so sad, dashing away. Had to transform into his Foxy. Had to transform into a fox to actually run away before the situation went south. This is Winnie again. The solo Starfall coming out from Chupa Chups, but that flicker along with the ultimate, Winnie has been stunned and Winnie's go down for the first time. Running Gem finally onto the first kill. 2-star Guardians, but they lose 2 towers in the process. So Pinky's so sad. I'm not feeling so good reading her IGN though. Pinky's so sad. But she's not playing that sad though. And Huang Dong pops out ultimate. Hissy fits from Alice. She actually misuses her hissy fits for quite some time now. Helen. This is Leon again onto Survivor LPN. But I think Kochu actually focusing on to taking down that tier 1 tower onto the top lane. But LPN is already there. Wow, look at those ultimate coming out from lane this year. LPN, that charge though actually misses, and nobody being thrown back into that tower, and LPN went down just like that. An ultimate coming out from Illumia just a little bit late to actually save LPN from getting plunged down by Winnie as well as Kocho. Running Gem. And just like that, Helen as well as Chupa Chups defending that tier 2 tower. But Phuong An already in the mid lane. Pinky so sad just as well. Only half HP left onto that tier 2 tower in the mid lane. While all towers for Star Guardian is still intact. They're going for the bottom lane right here. A one rush. But Kochu trying to run away. A Warp Prison onto Kochu, and they will surely get Lindis. Lindis tries to run away, but she's unable to do so. Leon has been knocked back up, and Phuong An trying to run away with an ultimate escape right there. Phuong An almost been taken down. Pinky so sad. Managed to get away with Leon actually sacrificing herself, making sure that her teammates are able to actually recall back to base. A sacrifice that she has to make. A power of friendship shown by Star Guardian. Phuong An playing a Varus. She did wonderful gameplays coming from Varus just now. This Kochu onto the dragon, but KCT couldn't be bothered onto the dragon, trying to get Phuong An though. They actually should try to contest with Chupa Chups actually there to actually deal some damage. Leon trying to flank from right side. He's pushing and Pong An will be coming in. But ultimate from Illumia first. That War Prison is so on point to stop Pong An as well as Leon from marching in. It's running gem. As well as Song Dong right here. Running gem is a little bit too far behind, with Star Guardian actually leading for 32,000 gold, and Pong An probably going to be in trouble. Another ultimate escape. No life steals from Pong An onto both Running Gem as well as Hong Dong. Winnie goes in. This is Coach Cho. Grouping all three of them into the mid lane, while Winnie being chased right here. She can be actually untargetable, and this is Leon right there, probably waiting, eyeing for an opportunity to actually start the team fight. Winnie started first, but Winnie went out just like that. Another ultimate coming out from Illumia. Leon went down. Pong An will be next victim in the list, and somebody actually trapped in the War Prison. Pinky so sad, trying to dash away from that team fight. Running Gem wouldn't want to actually let her actually run away, and look at that. Just like that, Running Gem managed to get a kill. Kochu though is the last one to leave. This is Kochu in the mid lane. Helen looks like KCT actually get back onto their feet, facing Star Guardians. Looks like they are leveraging onto those times when Star Guardians actually trying to dominate the game. 8-3, almost 14 minutes mark into the game.
A red team tower has been destroyed.
Swung down Running Gem right here. Pinky so sad, leading the faction. In terms of resources, Star Guardian still actually leading, but onto kill counts though, KCT is right in front with a 5 kills lead. Dog Slayer been taken down. Pong An has the Drake in her disposal. Is there going to be another team fight right here in the mid lane? But Pong An is actually waiting for the wave of minions coming in before she can pop out the Drake. Looks like Star Guardians need to restructure the wave management for them to be able to actually pop out the Drake, but the Drake being summoned just like that without waiting for the minions to come. On down, Kochu is too actually little bit in front though, but Pinky is so sad, trying to fight with Running Gem. Running Gem pops out the S2 to run away. That hook coming out from Pong An does not hit, misses onto Running Gem. They are fighting for a spot onto the next bracket. Both of the team don't want to lose. Leon with a push onto Running Gem. And that tier 2 tower went down again. What left are high ground towers. Chupa Chups Winnie. Running Gems comes in. Ultimate from Illumia, but the timing is not that right though. Untargetable Winnie with an ultimate. Look at a wall prison coming out from Baldum just again, but Pinky Soset comes in, joining the party to take down Baldum. Chupa Chups trying to deal as much damage as she can, and Pinky Soset finally went down. A good engagement from Leon, but a nice follow-up coming from her teammates, and they're going to get this. They're probably going to get the high ground tower in the mid lane. Puang An solo pushing in the mid lane as Kochu will do her job onto the bottom high ground tower. Puang An is going back to the base. They managed to get a better trade for themselves, and the Drake respawn again. This is Leon. Running Gem Kochu, but Running Gem is actually eyeing for an ambush, giving that vision. Chupa Chup with an ultimate, securing that Might Golem. A wild prison, but Leon is inside just as well. Puang An trying to sustain all the those damage coming in, and LPN already went down. Chupa Chup is still in position. Two of KCT team members went down after that team fight, and they need to get back. Looks like Star Guardian needs to group up. Dark Slayer. This is the second Dark Slayer for Star Guardian. While Winnie inside the bush, as well as Puang An. The Drake has been summoned by Lindis. On top of the lane, and they are grouping up for the fourth Abyssal Dragon, but this is the Enraged Abyssal Dragon. Much better buff, as well as a Dark Blessing, and Kochu took the blessing. Here comes Pinky So Sad in the mid lane. They are going to try to split pushing. I think this is the strategy that they will try to actually get into the core. But Leon actually went on to the top lane. Weenie though, those damage coming from Chupa Chup is so crazy. It is not a good idea to try to withstand onto those damage from Telanas alone. Another ultimates coming out from Illumia here, but Running Gems is too deep in the middle of the team fights, and it is not looking so well for Zanis. But Leon trying to sustain that War Prison though, helping her a little bit, but Leon tried to push again. Pinky So Sad, those amount of damage is so crazy. Chupa Chups went down, and the Drake is there. They are all five. The minion is there, manpower is there, and the core has been melted down. Nicely done. But Star Guardians though is not letting KCTs to actually making a comeback onto that game. Star Guardians win 13-9. What a good gameplay. Pinky So Sad is one of the key team members for Star Guardians. She's been awarded with MVP, and she's real MVP for the game though. She actually managed to get the right timing for her to actually jump into the team fight after Leon start to engage. And LPN onto the starting from the mid game, all the wild prison coming from LPN is so on point. But sadly, it is not enough to actually stop Star Guardians from actually winning the game against KCT. So Star Guardian will definitely moving up onto the next bracket, and we will be back after this ads break.